Hi, fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and this is episode 58 of the airflow and pressure differential comparison of 120 millimeter fans. As always, I need to remind you that this is my airflow or anemometer meter, and it has 4 decimal places of precision for the area setting. I calibrated this against the Noctua A12 by 25, but because it doesn't have 5 places, I can't get it to be precise enough. In other words, as the airflow numbers get larger, a distortion creeps in. I'm not a mathematician. I have no way of figuring out how to correct for that on the spreadsheet, so it isn't there. That's one bit of bad news. I can't get another anemometer because no job since December. I'm almost out of money, and I've only got one person supporting me on Patreon. Rudik, thank you so much for your support. Yeah, so the good news is that the distortion is consistent. Every fan experiences it depending on how high the airflow is. So I can still rank the fans based on airflow. That's the good news. Now, the fans that we're going to look at today are the Delta AFC 1212D-F00, the Alphacool Susurro fan, the Nexus Real Silent Case fan, which I think it is D12SL-12, and the Alphacool doesn't seem to have its own model number. And I have 2 Glide Stream 120s from Scythe. And the model number is SY1225HB12M-P. And then I've got the Antec Storm, which is a 3-pack. The model is AF12012FM1. So these are the fans we're going to be looking at, and I'm going to show you the RPM results. What I'd like you to do is look at those RPM results and also look at pictures of the fans. Consider the bearing type, the distance side to side between the fan blades, the shape of the fan blades, the design of the frame, the diameter of the hub, and so on, and see if you can determine which fan is the worst for airflow and which fan is the best, and which fan is the worst for pressure differential and which is the best. Put those down below in the comments, and don't do anything to them once you've saved them, because, well, actually save them, as soon as I tell you to, which is after we're done looking at the RPM results, because this is not a competition. You're not going to get any rewards by being correct. It's a learning opportunity for you to learn by looking at fans and having minimal information other than that, which fans might actually be the best for airflow. Now, keep in mind, airflow is great on an exhaust fan. It's also important on an intake fan, but not as important as the exhaust. If you have high static pressure also, which I'm not discussing today or in this series, then that fan can also work on intake. Some fans are designed for airflow, some fans are designed for static pressure, and then there are the hybrids. There are a lot of hybrids now. Didn't used to be back in the old days. So let's take a look at those results. You can see that the slowest is the Scythe Glide Stream, rated at 1300, came in at 1450 from the 2 of them. The Alphacool, rated at 1700, came in at 1660. That's fine, it's within 10%. The Nexus, rated at 2000, came in at 1980. That's also fine. Hey, 1980 was a bad year. That's when Reagan took over. Antec, rated at 2000, came in at 2120. That's fine. And the Delta, rated at 3400, came in at 3540. All right. So please go ahead and put that information. Why was it not? It changed. Oh, fudge. Hold on a second. I'm so sorry about that. I was so busy looking at the information, I didn't notice that I didn't have the information up on the screen for you because anyways, technical changes. Sometimes OBS, it's not really OBS's fault. I had to close the screen that had this information and then reopen it. And yeah, anyways, so here are the results. Go ahead and pause the video, look at pictures, find out the bearing type, and put your comments below, and then we'll move on to the airflow. All right, so we can see that effectively the Nexus and the Scythe are almost the same. It's not even a significant difference between them. So the Nexus is the worst, but the Scythe is almost as bad as far as airflow. But still, that number is actually a good number. That's actually above average. The Antec, significantly better than them. The Alphacool, a little bit better, not significantly, than the Antec. And the Delta, wow, just blew them away. All right, so I don't know if you got those right or not, but let's take a look at pressure differential. And we can see the Alphacool in this case was the worst, but still quite high at 76 degrees. The Scythe and the Antec were tied at 77 degrees. Not a big difference at all. In fact, not a difference that's worth talking about versus the Alphacool. The Nexus jumped up a little bit to 81, and the Delta was at 88, putting the Delta very high on very high amongst the best pressure differential fans. So let's see how these fans compare to all the other fans in this comparison series.
What's brand?
Just a minute, please. The brand. Omistar, Omistar. Do you need anything else? Like, do you want me to send you the link to it? Alrighty.
Bye-bye.
All right. I'm going to continue my video.
I need to ask for your help. Things have been challenging. Whose life hasn't been challenging lately? So if you can please help me out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and turning on notifications, that would be really, really super. Also, if you'd like to help me financially and you can't afford to, you can do a super thanks on my Glenn's Fast Reviews channel, or you can become a member there. Or if you prefer, you can go to patreon.com/GLENNMII and become a member there instead. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to Bleeping Computer for their support of my channel. If you need resources for computers, for getting rid of malware and learning about cybersecurity and stuff, Bleeping Computer, BLEEPING computer.com is a great resource. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.